Okay. Hi, my name is Erin, and this is Sharing with Erin. Today's topic is college education. Is it worth it? Before y'all give your opinions, I have two statistics I want to share. The average cost of tuition for a four-year public in-state university is $9,410. For an out-of-state school, it is $23,893, and private school is $32,405. That is just for the 2015-2016 school year. Also, another statistic is the bottom 25% of degree holders don't make any more money than the median salary of a high school graduate. Okay, so what do y'all think? Do you think college education is worth it?
No, I do not.
Why?
Since I've gotten the position I got to work doing the marketing, I've been offered like 4 jobs, and no one said like, do you have a college degree yet? Like I've had to mention like, oh, I'm in school right now, and then the conversation changes. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's not their first priority. It's more like I guess they see the work that I put in.
Well, it's definitely not worth it with that last stat that you said for the bottom 25%. So if those people know that they're going to college to go into debt to not get a job that puts them over the 50th whatever percentile you said of the high school graduates, then why would they go to school? Like those people are the ones that need to be guided in not going, like so that the other people can go in, fill in those slots, and then maybe the education system will better itself through just a good rotation of people in it, out of it, like moving people up as far as learning.
Well, also, I think college is a big time where you figure out what you want to do. And if you don't figure that out, then how are you going to be happy with your job?
Well, I know like my mom, she was telling me how like some of the schools up north, like when they're in high school, you can do paths that are like geared towards a trade. So then like by the time you graduate high school, like there's already a job set up for you because you already know that trade skill. Versus like depending on college and trying to figure it out. Because at least if you know a trade, like let's say I went to high school and I was like, all right, well I want to learn how to do mechanics. Like I can do that, and then if I'm 20 years old, I'm like, I really should went to college. At least I have a trade down. I already probably have a job going on for me before while I'm trying to figure out what degree I want to use and spend all this money not knowing.
I also think college is kind of an experience though, that you don't get when you don't go.
But if you use that same money for like all that money, what you said, 20,000 for out of state for a year.
23,000.
Like you take that, you go to another country and you spend the 20,000 on your own education, integrating yourself into different societies. Like, is that not an education as well? Like you can use that money other ways to have resume builders. Like there's other institutions you can go to. Like people are already limiting themselves by not looking at the other possibilities besides college.
There's also 2-year schools, like associate degrees. Do you think those would be worth it, or do you think no, none of them would be worth it?
I mean, I believe in 2-year degrees. But if you get a 2-year degree, I feel like you should already know what you want to do then. If that makes sense.
That's very true.
And I believe that like, yeah, if you have a 2-year degree, like why would you go 4?
Because that's the same as almost a trade school 2-year degree.
But
And I know you said that like in college you get the experience, but I feel like you can get experience in many different situations. Like for college, for me, I mean the only experience I got was like I guess meeting new people from different places, but like I didn't join any extracurricular like clubs or anything like that. Like I really just went to school and met new people, so like I never got that.
I think
experience.
if you go to college, you have to get that experience. You have to join organizations.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm a well-rounded person without having to join an organization. Like I didn't need an organization to help me meet 300 new people. Like.
But for nursing, if you go to a 2-year school for nursing, you can start. You might work there for years, but someone that comes with a 4-year degree automatically gets $5 more an hour, probably. Like they get more, like it's substantial.
That may be accurate. But I mean, I feel like that's like I don't know how to explain it. Like I know if I went in, that's just like telling a nurse, like a person who has a PhD trying to be a doctor and get more money than you. Like you just know that already. Like you wouldn't be expecting to make as much as someone that did put the time and education in probably. But do I think the time and education needed for a doctor and a nurse? Like yeah, but is the time and education really needed for a person that's like out there trying to do like marketing and PR? Maybe not.
Okay.
Well, it all comes down to money, right? People view you as successful if you make a certain amount of money. But if you're not really trying to live an expensive lifestyle, do you really need to go, 12 years in college to
Well, if
make
you go 12 years in college, something's wrong because you obviously can't graduate.
well, a PhD, whatnot?
Oh, okay.
Not everybody's trying to be a CEO. Not everybody's trying to be anything in the executive branch. Maybe I feel like it'd be better if you're trying to learn a skill. I feel like maybe electrician, something like that.
Well, I think you can be successful and have a lot of money without going to college still. Like, I think a person who started at a call center at 18 at TSYS, by the time they're 30 or 40, can be making substantially like a good amount of money depending on the work they put into their job without going to school.
I do think that people with a college degree look better
Yeah,
to jobs, but
it's a great
also
filter,
if you
right?
don't have a college degree, I feel like you're going to have to work harder to be
And some people,
successful.
I feel like some people don't mind working those harder jobs. Not everybody wants to sit behind a desk and stare at a screen. Some people want to be on their feet lifting heavy weight. It's not all that bad. I mean, like I said before, the only time you need lots of money if you're trying to live an expensive lifestyle. And that's really all it comes down to, I feel like.
Well, I also think like, okay, let's say I never went to college and I started at TSYS, and I'm 24 now, alright? And let's say you went to college and you graduated and you got a job at TSYS. Depending on what kind of work I put in, I can still be higher than you not even going to college. And you might still start at a lower salary than me. And you went to college because I already put the time and investment into them and they already know that I'm here for the long run.
I guess it really comes down to what you want to do. Because no matter what, if you decide you want to do something else, if you paid for an education, like all you have is a certificate in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to change, like you got to go through it all over again, that doesn't really make much sense.
And then I was talking to one of our friends that works at TSYS, and he was telling me how there's people there with like Spanish degree, art degree, communications degree, and they all work in the same exact department, like doing the same thing. So like,
Really, only people, if you want to be a teacher or a nurse, you really only have to have that
Some kind of
specific degree.
education.
Other than that, you really any degree to get your job.
well, I think you would be a teacher or a nurse. I feel like those are the people that need the education.
Well,
Really,
they're the only
more
ones that
than a
need that
degree,
specific.
like I just feel like, I mean, maybe like English too, but like people with like art history degrees and stuff like that. Like, did you really need to go to school for 4 years for art history?
Well, they just wanted something. They studied what they love, not what they wanted to do.
Right, but I feel like I'm the kind of person I'd rather find a career that I love than study what I love.
Yeah, see, you're not thinking about the dreamers. There's us dreamers out
I
there.
don't think so. I like college. I don't want to say no. I don't want
Well, we all like college. We like
to.
it's a good crowd. I mean, everybody's like in the prism of the greatest point of their creativity. There's just a good mix. It's a good energy to be around a college environment.
And I think the age difference probably like, I am older than you, so I probably am burned out with college than you probably would be. But I do know when I was like 18, 19, I loved college, but I didn't love enough where I wanted to stay in college. I just loved the extracurricular activities that came with college.
I like meeting new people. I didn't really like sitting there and going home and doing some work, because all you do is memorize it, regurgitate it, and forget it.
Mhm.
Then once you go down to a job, then you forget about everything you learned because it doesn't matter.
I guess as far as college and just taking classes to learn things, you should be learning from a master if you're taking the class in whatever course you're taking. So if they're an economic whiz, hopefully you pick up a lot of good information that can carry over into all parts of your life in that aspect. Or if you're taking a class from an English professor, like hopefully like his standards and his structure, you take in a little bit of it and then you develop yourself into whatever you want to be. But in order for that to work, everyone that's teaching has to be a master at what they're doing, and they're just not right now. Like, people aren't getting the value that's attached to that education is not the value that they're getting.
That's true.
And then also, like, what is a semester? 16 weeks? So you have 16 weeks in school, and I don't know how many weeks is it?
I think it's 15.
15 weeks?
That's close enough.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, how much can I learn going to school for 15 weeks? I go to class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 15 minutes, and then a teacher's rushing through something to get to the next thing because they have a whole book to go through. So like, what am I really trying to retain? Like, I'm not really trying to retain anything. I'm just trying to pass the class and get the A.
Yeah, that's all it is. They're just getting ready to take a test, not really to think about anything. Just take a test, take a test.
Like in my English class, we had 2 papers that were overlapping during the same week. So like one was we're turning one in as we were starting one. So like, how can I put great work into something if the other thing's already starting? And I'm trying to get feedback at the same time, and then teachers also trying to teach the new thing at the same time. Like, that's why college is crazy and retarded. But shout out to CSU.
Thank you.